Good morning, everyone. Well, it's going to be an absolute mess in the region today. But the good news is we definitely have some better weather to talk about for Saturday and Sunday. But before we get to your weekend forecast sponsored by NIPSCO, we got to spend a lot of time talking about the day and, yes, into the evening hours as well. We are starting at 8 a.m. and notice it's 8 a.m. where the rain is going to start to push into southern Newton and Jasper County. But at 8 a.m., most of us will still be dry. So if you have any last second errands you want to run, now is the time to do it before conditions really start to go downhill. Already breezy out there this morning. And then once we get into the afternoon, it is going to be windy. So we're just going to go in 2-hour increments here to show you how this day is going to play out. Now we're looking at 10 a.m. and I think we're going to be largely covered in rain in the region. But I still think rain. I don't think we'll have made the transition to snow just yet. And notice the intensity of the rain picking up in Newton and Jasper County. Still just breezy at 10 a.m., but by noon, it's going to be windy. Gusts 30, 35 miles per hour, and then it's going to be staying windy for a prolonged amount of time. Also, noon is an important time because I think it's around noon that we're going to begin to make that transition to snow. Now, at noon, it's probably just going to be in the most northern part of the region. We're talking about northern Lake County, northern Porter County, northern LaPorte County, and this despite the fact that temperatures, you'll notice at the surface, are above freezing. Problem is, just aloft, temperatures are below freezing. That's why snow is able to fall despite at the surface, temperatures still staying above freezing. So what this means, it's going to be a very wet snow. But I will also say that, especially initially, there is going to be some melting going on. So I guess the good thing about our temperatures being above freezing, the good thing today is that the snow totals, which are already going to be very large, would be even higher if our temperatures were actually below freezing. But it looks like most of the day we're going to be just above freezing, which means that that'll cut down on the snow totals a little bit. There will be some melting, but the problem is the intensity of the snow. There's going to be so much heavy snow that it's going to overcome it, and the snow is still going to pile up despite our temperatures being above freezing. But again, at noon, notice it's just the northern part of the region. Most of us still in the rain. So let's jump ahead now to 2 o'clock. Now, I think snow is going to start showing up in more locations, but it is a true rain-snow mix, it looks like, especially in the southern part of the region. There is still going to be rain mixing in. I'm probably, I think, solidly in the snow, probably in the northern part of the region, but still looking at rain-snow mix. But I do think more and more snow is going to be showing up by 2 o'clock. And still windy. And then by 4 o'clock, I don't think there's going to be any more rain. I think it is all snow. Maybe some gaps in Newton and Jasper County, but I think just solid snow. Definitely moderate snow, and certainly periods where it is going to be heavy snow coming down at 4 o'clock. And guess what? At 6 o'clock, look how we are absolutely covered in moderate snow with pockets of heavy snow, still windy. So that's what I've got to say as well. Not only do we have heavy snow coming down, but the wind blowing the snow that's falling and blowing the snow that's already in the ground around, so further reducing visibility. So I cannot stress enough that afternoon hours today and into the early evening, if you don't have to be on the roads, please don't, because driving conditions are just going to be absolutely terrible with reduced visibility, snow-covered roads. It really is not worth it to venture out unless it is an emergency situation, unless you really have to. Please try not to venture out. If you absolutely have to, I cannot stress enough to go very slow. Give yourself plenty of time to reach your destination. So this is 6 o'clock, and it is just coming down. Now at 8 o'clock, I expect some improvement, a transition to scattered snow showers, not the widespread stuff. I don't think there's going to be much in the way of heavy snow left, but still snow around. Let's get it out of here. Well, at 10 o'clock, I don't think there's going to be much, but a lot of times these models miss out on the lightest snow. So I'm still going to mention some isolated snow showers and flurries at 10 o'clock, but there's certainly not going to be any heavy snow. It'll only be light snow and only in spots. And I do think finally by midnight, even the flurries will be out of here. But still windy, gusts still 30, 35 miles per hour at midnight. But after midnight, as that area of low pressure gets farther away from us, the winds are only going to be getting lighter and lighter and lighter. And by 7 a.m. tomorrow morning, temperatures upper 20s, still around 30 degrees, and there will not be much wind. Winds will only be around 10 miles per hour. So, of course, we got to talk about snow totals. And the first place I'm going to start with is the most southern part of the region, because I do think that's going to be the biggest exception, where rain is going to linger at the longest. Kentland, only 2 to 3 inches of snow. But from Rensselaer on up to Valparaiso, so central, Newton and Jasper County, and across southern Lake, Porter, and LaPorte County, it's looking like 3 to 6 inches. But look at northern Lake County, northern Porter County, and northern LaPorte County. In that area where I talked about the snow beginning first, it's looking like 6 to 9 inches of snow, and I can't rule out a couple spots seeing 10 to 11 inches. And I think that's most likely. So it could happen anywhere in that 6 to 9 inch zone. I think it's most likely in northeastern LaPorte County. So let's talk about some better weather. And that's tomorrow. It is going to be a dry day. And the snow is going to be melting because look at high temperatures. Most of us probably getting stuck in the low 40s. Not going to rule out a couple spots making it into the mid 40s. Looks like a mostly cloudy day, so not the prettiest day, but again, dry and not windy. We're only talking about a light breeze, gusts around 15 miles per hour. Now, Saturday night, I do have to mention, during the evening hours, a small rain chance, not a snow chance, but there's going to be a very weak area of low pressure that's going to work over us, so I can't rule out a few stray rain showers early evening on Saturday, but I do think quite a few of us are going to be missing out. But I do need to mention the chance a few could see some light rain early evening hours. And so mostly cloudy during the evening hours, but then skies will become partly cloudy. Not going to be much wind, and low temperatures are going to be in the upper 20s, low 30s. And then Sunday, it's back to dry weather again. And again, Saturday night, it's not going to be much. And I do think a lot of us are probably going to be in the low to mid 40s, but in general, a little bit warmer. So more getting into the mid 40s, it looks like. But Newton and Jasper County, upper 40s to around 50 degrees, a little bit warmer air trying to nudge in here. I think it's going to struggle to move into the northern part of the region, but we'll have a little more success in the southern part of the region. Winds picking up for Sunday afternoon, but not too bad. Gusts around 20 miles per hour.